In ancient Mesopotamia, there was a creature feared for its immense power and ferocity, the Zu bird, also known as Anzu. This mythical being, half bird, half demon, was known for its enormous size, its claws sharp as swords, and its beak capable of tearing the hardest rock. Zu was a constant challenge to the gods, a rebellious being who did not recognize any authority. With his enormous wings, he could soar over the highest mountains and darken the skies, spreading terror in his wake. But Zu's greatest daring was to steal the Tablets of Destiny, ancient inscriptions that gave absolute power to the king of the gods, Enlil. So, get ready, because today I will reveal to you the epic story of the bird Zu and his defiance of the gods, a battle that endangered the order of the universe and demanded the greatest of sacrifices to restore it, a legend of courage, cunning, and the indomitable power of nature. In the vast domains of ancient Mesopotamia, the gods established an order. Enlil, the supreme king, held the Tablets of Destiny, ancient inscriptions that gave him supreme authority over the world. At that time, Anzu, a gigantic and fearsome bird, decided to challenge the power of the gods. With wings as wide as the sails of a ship, claws as sharp as razor blades, and a beak capable of shattering the hardest rock, Anzu was a formidable creature. Its shadow darkened the crop fields and its squawk terrified even the bravest warriors. One day, as Enlil rested on his heavenly throne, Anzu seized the opportunity to put his bold plan into action. With stealthy movements, he slipped into the throne room, and before the guards could react, snatched the Tablets of Destiny from the hands of the supreme god. "Fools!" croaked Anzu in a mocking voice. "Did you think your reign would last forever? Now it is I who hold absolute power." The gods were aghast at such audacity. Chaos broke out in the divine and earthly realms, for without the Tablets of Destiny, Enlil had lost his authority. The elements were unleashed, crops withered, and discord reigned everywhere. Enlil called an emergency council, where the most powerful gods gathered to find a solution. It was then that Ninurta, the god of war and hunting, boldly stepped forward. "I will confront this beast and retrieve the Tablets of Destiny," he declared firmly. "But to do so, I will need a weapon capable of bringing down such a formidable adversary." The gods nodded, and the celestial smiths set to work at once, forging a weapon of incomparable power, the relentless thunderbolt. The relentless. Meanwhile, Anzu gloated in his lair in the highest mountains, boasting of his feat to anyone who dared challenge him. From there, he defied the gods, convinced that his reign had begun. Ninurta prepared for battle, wielding the relentless thunderbolt with courage. The confrontation would be epic, a test of strength and courage that would decide the fate of the world. Anzu's challenge had been issued and only one would prevail. After Anzu's challenge, the gods plunged into despair. Without the Tablets of Destiny in Enlil's hands, the order of the universe was tottering. The elements raged unchecked, crops withered, and chaos reigned in the divine and earthly realms. It was then that Ninurta, the god of war and hunting, boldly stepped forward. He had accepted the mission to confront the winged beast and retrieve the Tablets of Destiny. But to do so, he needed a weapon capable of bringing down such a formidable adversary. The celestial smiths, knowing the secrets of the divine forge, set to work immediately. Day and night, fires burned in their forges as they hammered and shaped the metal with millimetric precision. Each blow resounded like thunder. Each spark shone like a glimmer of hope in the darkness. While the smiths worked, Ninurta prepared for battle. He trained relentlessly, strengthening his muscles and sharpening his reflexes. His courage was great, for he knew that the fate of the world rested on his shoulders. "Are you sure you want to face that beast alone?" asked Ishtar, the goddess of love and war, in a moment of doubt. "Anzu is a formidable adversary, and his defiance has thrown the kingdoms into chaos." Ninurta looked at her with eyes full of resolve. "That is precisely why I must go. If I do not stop him, chaos will reign forever. I must retrieve the Tablets of Destiny and restore order to the universe." Ishtar nodded, admiring her companion's courage. She knew Ninurta was the only one with the courage and strength to face Anzu. Finally, after endless days of arduous work, the smiths presented their creation, the relentless lightning. A spear of titanic proportions, forged from the strongest metals and sharpened to a point as lethal as a scorpion's sting. Its surface glowed with an unearthly radiance, flashing the sun's rays as if it were made of liquid fire. Ninurta took the relentless ray with reverence, feeling its weight and power in his hands. This would be his weapon to face Anzu, the beast that had defied the gods and plunged the world into chaos. With the weapon ready, Ninurta bade farewell to his divine companions and set out on his journey to the highest mountains, where Anzu had barricaded himself in his lair. The journey would be arduous and dangerous, but Ninurta was determined to complete his mission, no matter what obstacles he encountered along the way. As he approached the mountains, the landscape became increasingly inhospitable. The paths meandered between sheer cliffs and unfathomable precipices, defying even the gods with their harshness. But Ninurta advanced fearlessly, guided by his courage. Finally, after days of grueling travel, he spotted Anzu's lair, a deep, dark cave high up on a towering mountain. From the outside, the menacing squawks of the beast could be heard, challenging anyone who dared to approach. Ninurta paused for a moment, catching his breath and preparing for the battle to come. He knew it would be an epic confrontation, a test of strength and bravery that would decide the fate of the universe. With the relentless thunderbolt in hand, Ninurta strode into the dark lair of Anzu, the winged beast that had defied the gods and plunged the world into chaos. Every step echoed off the rock walls, every breath a challenge to the oppressive silence that reigned in the cave. As he advanced, Anzu's menacing squawks grew louder and louder, reverberating like thunder in the dark den. Ninurta tightened his grip on the relentless lightning's handle, preparing for the impending confrontation. Suddenly, a rush of hurricane-force air swept through the cave, kicking up a cloud of dust and small stones. Ninurta covered his face with his arm, trying to keep a clear view. It was then that he spotted a huge dark silhouette emerging from the deepest shadows. Anzu, the gigantic bird, stood before him in all its terrifying magnificence. Its outstretched wings blocked the light filtering in from the cave entrance, creating near-total darkness. Its claws, sharp as swords, scratched the rock floor, and its curved beak glowed with a menacing glare. "Who dares disturb my lair?" croaked Anzu in a thunderous voice. "Do you not know that I am the new master of destiny? The tablets are mine." Ninurta stepped forward, wielding the relentless thunderbolt firmly. "I have come to stop you, Anzu. Your defiance has plunged the world into chaos, and it is my duty as god of war to restore order." The winged beast let out a shrill laugh that shook the cave walls. "You, a mere god, pretend to challenge me, who has stolen the supreme power from the hands of Enlil. What audacity!" With a deafening flap, Anzu launched himself toward Ninurta, opening his huge beak to catch him. But the god of war was agile, and he rolled along the ground, dodging the attack just in time. Thus began the epic battle, a titanic confrontation between the brute strength of Anzu and the skill and bravery of Ninurta. The cave became a battlefield, with the beast's wings raising gusts of wind that threatened to topple the god of war. Ninurta wielded the relentless thunderbolt deftly, trying to find a weak spot in Anzu's defense. But the beast was swift and elusive, its claws slashing the air with deadly arcs as it counterattacked mercilessly. At a crucial moment, Anzu managed to land a blow with its beak, tearing Ninurta's skin and drawing a cry of pain from him. The war god staggered but recovered quickly, gritting his teeth and gripping the relentless beam tightly. "Is this the best the gods have got?" sneered Anzu. "Pathetic! You'll never get the Tablets of Fate back." Ninurta took a deep breath, gathering all his strength. He knew that this battle would not only define his fate, but that of the entire world. With a piercing scream, he charged at Anzu, brandishing the relentless thunderbolt like a bolt of light in the darkness. The winged beast tried to dodge, but this time, Ninurta was quicker. In one swift move, he drove the tip of the relentless thunderbolt into Anzu's side, piercing its scales and tearing its flesh. A piercing shriek shook the cave as Anzu writhed in pain. Ninurta, seizing his advantage, lashed out with a series of relentless thrusts, cornering the beast against the rock walls. In a last desperate attempt, Anzu opened its huge beak and swallowed the Tablets of Destiny, determined to take them with it to the grave. Ninurta, horrified, raised the relentless beam and unloaded a final blow, decapitating the beast in a single move. After the epic battle against Anzu, Ninurta gazed at the inert body of the winged beast, lying on the floor of the dark cave. The decapitated head of the creature lay a few meters away, with the tablets of fate still trapped in its throat. The god of war had managed to defeat the defiant bird, but at a terrible cost. Ninurta was badly wounded and exhausted, his skin torn by Anzu's claws and his armor dented by the onslaught of the mighty wings. Still, he struggled to his feet, clutching tightly the relentless lightning bolt that had proved decisive in the battle. Slowly, he approached Anzu's head and gazed at the tablets of fate, visible through the open throat. He knew he must retrieve them at all costs, for without them, chaos would continue to reign in the universe. Gathering his remaining strength, Ninurta raised the relentless thunderbolt and struck hard at Anzu's head, attempting to free the tablets from their prison of flesh and blood. But the tablets remained firmly trapped, defying even death. "Damned beast!" growled Ninurta, frustrated. "Not even in defeat will you allow me to take back what is rightfully mine." Suddenly, a voice echoed in the cave, ethereal and wise. "My son, do not despair. The Tablets of Destiny are more powerful than you imagine. They require an ancestral ritual to be released from their captivity." Ninurta turned, surprised, and found himself face to face with Enlil, the king of the gods. The supreme god had descended from the heavenly realms, concerned about the fate of his champion. "My father," Ninurta said, bowing with respect, "I have succeeded in defeating Anzu, but the tablets are still beyond our reach." Enlil nodded solemnly. "I know, my son, but fear not. There is a way to retrieve them. We must summon the wisest scribes and perform the ancient rituals that allow us to bend the will of the most stubborn beings." Thus, Ninurta and Enlil left the cave of Anzu, taking with them the head of the beast and the Tablets of Destiny trapped inside. Back in the celestial realms, the oldest scribes versed in the mysteries of the cosmos were summoned to perform the ritual. In a sacred circle drawn with star powder, the scribes chanted arcane chants and performed complex movements with their hands, invoking primordial forces older than the universe itself. Their voices resonated in perfect harmony, creating a vibration that shook the foundations of the cosmos. Slowly, Anzu's head began to shake and twist, as if an unseen force was tormenting her from within. The scribes intensified their chanting, sweat purling their foreheads as they channeled all their power into the ritual. Suddenly, in a burst of blinding light, Anzu's throat opened wide, and the Tablets of Fate were ejected from their prison of flesh, whirling through the air like a whirlpool of pure energy. "The tablets have been released," exclaimed Enlil with relief. "Order has been restored." The gods present cheered and rejoiced as Ninurta gazed in awe at the Tablets of Destiny floating before him, glowing with an eternal radiance. "Take them, my son," said Enlil proudly. "You have been the champion who has restored balance to the cosmos. It is only right that you should be the one to give them to me." Reverently, Ninurta held out his hands and received the Tablets of Destiny, feeling their ancient power flowing through him. With ceremony, he knelt before Enlil and presented the tablets to him, giving him back his sovereign authority over the universe. Enlil took them solemnly, and at that moment, a shudder ran through the divine and earthly realms. The elements calmed down, crops flourished, and balance was restored everywhere. The chaos caused by Anzu's defiance had come to an end. Have you ever wondered what became of the Tablets of Fate after Anzu's defeat? What secrets do they still hold within? If you have been left intrigued, I invite you to investigate further into this fascinating Sumerian mythology. This video has been created for Myth Comics. Thank you very much for joining us on this journey through the legend of the bird Anzu and the Tablets of Destiny. So, see you next time.